Hi, I'm Jessica Mulder.
And I'm Nick Kaminsky.
And this is The Hard Way Pod.
Pod.
This is a podcast about learning from your mistakes, which we make a lot of.
Tons of them.
Today we have a great guest, comedian Katie Merriam.
Katie Merriam.
Hello. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks for
Thank
coming.
you so much for being here.
Excited to be here.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
Really good.
Yeah?
Yeah. For the podcast, sure. Yeah.
Like, this
I
is
don't know.
recorded and
Yeah.
filmed, I'm going to say. It's
yeah.
great.
Exactly. I don't know when this is coming out. I'm
Yeah.
doing great.
I was rewatching old episodes of The Good Place and crying 45 minutes ago, but on this
Oh,
podcast, I'm great.
Isn't that a comedy? Or
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. I wasn't doing that. I'm joking. For the podcast, I'm joking.
So you typically learn things the hard way? Katie?
yeah. Oh, all the time.
Yeah, would you say you're like a large mistake maker?
Oh, really, really big mistake maker. It's one of my greatest accomplishments.
Has trophies for her mistakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I made a mistake today. Can I tell you guys really quick?
Please
Have you
do.
ever seen the movie Disclosure?
Yes, I actually started watching it the other day because it's been on cable on Spectrum.
Oh, it has? HBO told me that I needed to watch it soon because it was leaving.
Oh.
So I did. Michael Douglas, Demi Moore, Disclosure. Have you seen this
No.
movie? It is insane.
Yeah. Yeah, because she is his boss.
Yeah.
And then, like,
Demi Moore.
she's like, you better fuck me or I'm
Yeah.
going to ruin your life. And it's
It's
like,
about a man getting sexually harassed and then he gets fired.
I mean,
and
men
it's
have it
about
so hard.
Yeah,
men
I
have
know.
it
Dude,
so
I'm like,
hard.
who made this movie? It's like,
Michael Crichton and Barry Levinson. Like, I'm pretty sure the guy who directed Rain Man also thinks that women are terrible and that men
gosh.
are
and you know what I'm sick of seeing in movies? The dude being like, no, stop, but like barely. And then she's blowing him and he's like, oh God, this isn't my fault. It's like, okay.
What other
You didn't accidentally get a blowjob, okay?
What
You
other
could have walked out of
movies
there.
Have you seen this in?
Oh, it was this movie Knock Knock with Keanu Reeves, which is a newer movie. And I'm like,
I know what you're
Does
talking
Keanu
about.
Reeves get a six?
Yes,
Yeah,
he does.
and I'm like,
Yes.
what
From Two
bet
Girls.
That movie.
it's a horrible,
When's this over?
it's a horrible movie. And like, I had to watch it because I saw Keanu Reeves on there, like on like the little thumbnail. And then the description was like, a really, loyal dad and a husband.
So loyal.
Ends
His
up
name's
into
probably
trouble when
John.
two young girls show up at his door while his wife's out of town. I'm like, is this a porno?
It
right?
is, it is.
And then, yeah, it really basically was. And then
It's
it's like
K-porn. It's
cut
Keanu
to
porn.
the movie, and he's like, "This is the worst movie ever written." Like, the lines in it are just like him being like, "These girls are crazy," over and over.
Let's be fair. That
Come
might
on,
just
Daddy.
be his acting.
I know, right? But
We're
like,
just girls that
I
want to
love
have
him.
fun.
No, yeah, but no, he's not.
He cannot.
He's not the best actor, but like
I
literally,
think he's great.
it's so ridiculous because like all of a sudden it's raining, of course, and these two girls that are like wet with big boobs that are young are like, "Help! We're stranded. Can you let us in?" He's like, "Uh-oh."
But then they like
And then he, like, lets
torture
them in.
him, and
Yeah.
it's kind of like
wait,
funny
it's
games.
torture?
Well, because here's the thing.
It's funny games.
So they're like now getting their clothes dried, and so they're wearing robes. And he's like, you know what I should do? Start DJing. So then he starts DJing,
love
and then
it.
they're like
Now I'm
dancing.
hard.
And then they're going, to take a shower, and he's like, "Girls, your clothes are ready. You gotta go." And he calls them an Uber like 30 minutes before, and this is the Uber that took the longest to get there ever, right?
Yeah.
And then he goes, "I'm coming in, but I'm not looking." And he goes into the shower or the bathroom, which is basically all shower. It's only made out of shower, and of course
They're wealthy.
they're covered in soap.
They're wealthy
and are
people.
like,
In a
"Come
shower.
here." Yeah, and
It's
they
like a sauna.
Yeah, exactly. They come. They're like, "Come here," and like they're like, "We're gonna go down." He's like, "No, stop, no." And then both of them are sucking his dick at the same time somehow. I don't know.
I mean, sharing.
Divided into two prongs. I don't know, but like seriously, it was the most ridiculous. Where he just finally like gave up after 2.2 seconds and was like, "I can't believe this is horrible things happening."
he
to me.
did say,
And I'm like,
no,
Shut
no.
the fuck
Just a
up.
lot like
he could have
Disclosure.
not gone into the shower room with the naked
the
girls.
shower room.
Yeah.
It's like,
Michael Douglas.
leave their clothes outside, dude.
She's talking about wine. They have a relationship. He's got a family.
He's got a
you
family.
know.
Does someone disclose something?
There's eventually yes,
Okay.
but that's the
was-
the climax of the movie. So I don't want to give it
Was
away.
the disclosure?
Yes.
See, I don't think I saw. I don't think I saw that part. I just remember her like yelling at him as he finally got out. She's
You're
like,
dead.
Yeah, she's like, "You put your dick in my mouth," and then suddenly you get some sense of morality, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh, and then she
Yeah.
chases him out and she pushes her boobs onto the railing of the
Yeah.
stairs, and then the maid
boobs don't look bad.
The maid sees her yelling at him, "You're dead! You're dead!"
That's how you win an argument, Jess. You have
Threaten.
to push your boobs
That's why
together.
I've lost every argument.
It's the only way to win.
Yeah.
It was horrible and honestly not a mistake because it was one of the best cinematic experiences I've had in years.
Yeah. No, I
was
remember it
just
being very intense and
screaming
great.
at the TV.
Yeah.
It was great.
I gotta watch it now because I didn't get to finish it because it was
Oh,
like
yeah,
on
you
the
gotta watch
TV and
it.
I fell asleep.
Oh, you got to
But-
watch it.
Yeah.
HBO now. That's it.
Oh, HBO
There's so
now.
much
What's
viewing to
the
do.
difference between the two?
Don't
I don't
know.
know. Whatever. The point
Don't
is,
know.
I know I have access to that shit and I'm gonna watch it.
So you know what's something that's pretty common? Do you know what's something that was really common in the 90s is people would actually go climb up their their phone poles to steal HBO. They would like bring their own little cables and wires. They would cut some wires and then put some new wires in there and they would steal it.
My brother knows how to do that. He's an electrician, and he
Oh,
definitely
shit.
did that.
Oh my god.
Did he
that's
do it in
great.
the 90s?
I mean, yeah. Probably even earlier than that. I don't know.
I just don't understand how all these wires work and all this stuff comes out of them. And I'm just really excited that people know how to do that.
So some people will go to a lot of lengths to steal.
Sometimes there's no wires involved.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
Wi-Fi. How is this working?
Oh,
my
don't
God.
know.
Yeah.
Remote controls baffle me.
I know.
So stealing, huh?
Yeah. Oh, way to connect, Nick.
Hey, did
way
you see
to
what I just
connect.
did there?
Yeah,
So
you-
our topic
That's my new
today,
thing is I'm going to be really good at segues from now on.
Oh,
That's the new thing I'm bringing to the pod.
I like it. So our topic today, a la Nick's transition, is don't steal, guys.
Don't steal.
And we've got some examples for you of why you shouldn't.
In general, I know we're going to talk about it in our stories, but like, do you feel like what's your overall like morality? Talking about morality, about not putting your dick in someone's mouth and then not finishing the job.
Yeah.
You know, when we're talking about being moral. What's your like opinion on stealing overall?
I don't like stealing, and I especially don't think it's good to steal from like people and friends. I'm like, get a job or don't be an asshole. But at the same point, I have definitely made exceptions for things where I'm like, well, if you're stealing from a large company that basically steals from people by not paying them enough, it's okay, which I know is not. But like, I've had friends that were like growing up, and for some reason it was all in like middle school that were like straight up kleptos, like
Yeah.
like have you ever had that friend that like you're going to the mall and you think you're just browsing and next thing you know you're in the dressing room, she's putting all the clothes under her clothes. I'm looking at you, Brooke B. I won't say her last name.
I'm not saying I am that friend, but
It's like you walk out 7 layers thicker and I'm like, this doesn't look weird.
not clothes, but yeah, I've been that friend.
You put stuff in your purse?
I pissed in my purse.
You put stuff in your purse.
I pissed off my purse. No, yeah, I did. No, not a purse, but a backpack.
See, that's why they don't let people with backpacks in.
No, they
Macy's.
should not. It makes it much easier to steal.
Yeah.
I was just in a CVS with somebody that was like putting stuff in
Oh my God.
their bag, and good friend, real sweet.
Yeah.
And,
Good person.
She took
Probably.
some stuff from me too, so it was like
Dude.
really nice.
That's so stressful.
Oh, okay. She took stuff for you, not from you.
No, for me.
That's
yeah.
great. That's a
she
good
got me a
fucking
face
friend.
mask. Oh, that's really sweet.
Let them do it. That's so stressful. Like my ex used to blast in your ass yet again. Used to do this thing. He wouldn't steal, but one, he was able to miraculously return things to Express years later somehow. I don't know how he did it, but but he would be the type that would be switching tags to a cheaper thing so that when he went up to the register,
That scares
and
me
it
way
didn't
more than just stealing.
I was always so stressed out. I'm like, why are you doing this? It's $3. I hate this. Like,
Yeah.
just buy the thing, you fucker. Yeah, I hate it.
I don't know. It's like there's a thrill, right?
Yeah.
People get a thrill.
There is
out
a
of it.
thrill. There's like a feeling of kind of like control,
Oh yeah.
kind of like a power thing.
Yeah, you get like a high from it. You're like, I got
because
away with this.
you're
Yeah.
getting away with something and like you're so here I saw this on like a flyer in like Baltimore like 10 years ago and it's stuck in my head, but I saw like this poster that said if you're not stealing from your boss, you're stealing from your family.
What?
Whoa.
What was that for?
Nothing. It was not advertising anything.
What? I don't even understand how that's true.
If you're not stealing from your boss, you're stealing from your family. I actually think it's kind of fucking
you
true.
mean it's like because if you don't have a job, then your family's paying for you. So
so yeah,
Your
basically
family could have more if you took more from your boss.
yeah,
well, absolutely true.
Yeah.
But no, yeah,
That's why
basically
I
like
steal. The full-size candy bars from my office. Feed my family.
Oh man, yeah, no. The amount of the nuts that I've taken in Ziploc
nuts
bag
are
home.
expensive, dude.
They're so expensive.
Yeah. Are these these macadamia nuts? Because I'm calling the cops. Those things are so expensive.
They are Kirkland's signature brand, but there's like
$30 a nut.
It's like
What is this? A brothel? All right.
I work in a brothel that has lots of macadamia nuts.
Yeah.
No, but like if I don't think stealing is good, but if you're gonna steal, don't do it from the people you know.
Yeah.
Do it from shitty corporations, you know? I
Yeah.
mean, you shouldn't steal from them either, I guess. But
I don't mind.
Yeah.
Like the HBO thing you mentioned, I don't mind.
Right. Well, that's the thing.
That's
it's
the
different
thing.
when they already have so much money. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, you made like 1 million instead of 1.2.
Yeah.
Whatever. I don't feel bad for you.
how do you feel about like shoplifting?
I don't like it because it's just too stressful.
It's too stressful. Yeah.
I'm not a fan.
Yeah. I don't like
No,
that.
but do you morally object to it?
Yeah, I think that's like, because like, I think if you're willing to go into a store and like shoplift something as small as a shirt, you just don't really, I don't know. I've never met somebody that was like an active shoplifter that was like super ethical in any other facet of life,
absolutely.
you know?
Interesting. Yeah. I always think about the person that works there and are they going to get in trouble? Like a bunch of shit is missing or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But also just thinking about like getting caught for taking like a hoodie. Ugh.
Right.
Oh,
Like what a stupid way to go down, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
I don't want to ever get caught. I was walking, again, at CVS, and I heard the security go crazy and was walking past an aisle, and they were talking to this dude, and he literally had a CVS sack full of stuff. Like, he was not even trying to be subtle. They're like, all that stuff is ours. Like, all of that stuff. You just keep putting stuff in that bag. It's just like, no. It's like the idea, like the mentality of that is always fascinating to me. Just be like, hell no, this is my stuff.
That is a level of confidence I can only hope to achieve.
Right.
Dude, I just thought of another story where I stole and it was good. Here I'm like, don't steal. But
Yeah, right.
But I'm like, which one is better? The one that makes me look like a complete maniac as a teenager, which I have a lot of those, or the one as a child where it was my first lesson?
I mean,
I don't know. Do you want to go first? Do you want to go last, and then you can think about it?
No, I mean, I'm ready to go.
That was your
If I have time,
convincing.
okay. So if I have time,
Yeah.
then I'll tell like the little kid one. But I think
Sure.
that this is just like so ridiculous and, you know, fits my brand of being a dumbass more, you know, than being a
that's your
child.
brand.
But yeah. So this is me in high school. Okay. I'm in high school and I was taking Xanax a lot for anxiety, you know, and
Was it doctor prescribed?
no.
Okay.
So, I mean, maybe sometimes. I don't think so, though. I think that South Florida had enough just like pills everywhere that you didn't really need to go to the doctor. But
Did they just put them next to like the water fountains?
yeah, I mean, it was just a thing that I was
found
like,
these on a park bench.
I'm anxious and social situations, so I'm going to take these, and they make me feel calm, right?
Sure.
But what you probably know is you're not supposed to really drink with Xanax. Okay.
So I've been told.
Yeah. So, you know, especially when you're like, I don't know, 15 and like 100 pounds and just like, you know, you can't, why are you drinking anyway? You know, you're 15 years old.
Yeah.
But
so where is that?
So anyway.
That was a thought I had.
So this sort of like segues into how I accidentally stole something. Okay. So, because like because I have several examples of like, I'm like grabbing a 12 pack from the beer place and then I forget. They don't have the kind I want. So I get frazzled and I just walk right out the door with it. And then they come out yelling. I'm like, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. But like, so anyway, I go to this Thursday night thing. It was called Deadhead Night at Pompano Pier, and they would have like Grateful Dead music, whatever, and like hippies with little tables and booths selling stuff like pipes and like jewelry and whatever. And I had like recently broken my hand, so I had this like stupid splint thing on, which is only important because it's like a weird thing, like it's not like a cast, so it sort of makes me stick out as odd. Whereas generally, I just look like your basic, you know, blonde-haired white girl, you know, that maybe you wouldn't remember, right? So
that's when I first met Jess.
Yeah, that's how that's not
description.
how I describe it.
No, not at all.
Whatever. So, I'm walking around at the booths and I'm all fucked up, right? I'm like, ooh, I'm drinking beer, whatever. And
this was your 15?
Yeah. And
You're so much cooler than me.
I know.
I was like buying like foreign movies on DVD and being like, I'm very cool.
Does that make me cool? What I'm about to tell you? No, it doesn't. Check this out. But so anyway, I'm looking at the little booths and things. And I guess at one point I'm like holding a pipe and looking at it. And without realizing, because I definitely don't remember actively doing this on purpose, and I just like must have put it in my pocket or my purse or something, right? And I didn't think anything of it. I didn't like run. I just like hung out there. Nothing happened. And then the next day, I'm like after school hanging out with my friends and we're like smoking. And I realize like I find that I have this pipe and I'm like, where did this come from? And then it all comes back to me that I stole this from the hippie table, right? And I'm like, oh,
that's mean to steal from them.
Right?
Like,
right.
Yeah,
so
that's
I'm like,
not like a Walmart,
stealing, and it was probably like $8, and I'm like, so I'm like, you stole this from hippies from a place you go every week. Shit. And so I was like, I'm going to return it when I go back next Thursday.
Problematic.
You don't want that hippie revenge.
Right. Well, I was like,
that
maybe
hippie voodoo.
Maybe I sneak it back on the table. Nobody knows,
sure.
So I'm not going to be like, I accidentally stole this, right?
No.
But between that week and the next week, my stupid ass friend Tyler breaks the pipe.
Tyler.
Yeah.
Oh,
so I'm like, well, fuck. Now I can't return it. I just gotta like hope nobody notices, right?
Fucking Tyler.
But then I go to Deadhead Night that following week, and these motherfuckers notice me, and I feel like it's because of the hand thing, because I'm like,
Oh,
yeah, because I kind of recall them being like, look, it's the girl, because like they're seeing me like pick stuff up with this weird gimpy splint on my hand, and like, here comes Splint Girl, we were missing a pipe.
Gimpy Splint.
And then
real good name of a country album.
Gimpy Splint. And then I end up, they spot me, and I see that they spot me, and they're like, hey, get her. And I'm like, what?
Wow.
And
What?
so I
wow,
run.
that's very unhippie of them.
I get chased down the beach by hippies. and I'm able to like somehow hide behind some like trees and bushes as they run past.
God.
And then I end up having to like be like, come get me from here. We got to go. And like have to like leave the thing.
Oh my God.
And I did not go back there ever again because I was like, I don't know when they're going to know. Like they'll be like, you owe us that $8. And I can't explain. Like I was going to bring it back. I didn't mean to take it, but then Tyler broke it and I couldn't.
Oh no!
But like,
that's so funny.
Chase down the beach, dude. What the fuck?
Wow, for $8?
For $8.
That's unnecessary.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey,
I don't
maybe
think
that
they were
was
Florida?
That's not very hippie. That's pretty GOP to me.
That's like some Gestapo shit.
Yeah.
$8.
Yeah.
Did they throw alligators at you?
No, I don't know, but it's just like, and even like going back to when I did it, it's like, you're so fucked up. You put something in your pocket and took it. I'm like, is that really how it went down? Or did they already hate me that night? But I remember hanging out there after. And I feel like if they had caught me then I would not have been able to do that. So
Yeah.
I've stolen stuff just because I'm drunk.
yeah. But were you actively trying to steal it?
Nah, it's just like at a Ralph's and just be like, huh.
Yeah, or like you have your purse
Just
and you're
like,
like,
that cheese is in my coat
you don't have a
pocket now.
cart. You just like put it in there and you're like, oh my God, I can't just put this in my bag. They're not going to trust that I'm going to pay for it.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm reticent to talk about because I don't want to make it seem like I've got like all these really great answers about stealing or like all these. Here's the thing:
You don't want to look like a thief on
if
the
you
podcast?
just buy something, if you buy something at any store, they will not expect that you're stealing anything.
Oh.
You could steal a shitload of shit and then just buy something for
Are
$4.
you teaching us how to steal?
Yeah, he is.
I'm not.
Okay.
No, I'm not. We're gonna do it like Fight Club,
but
where
it's
they
like-
give the wrong ingredient for napalm.
But that's the thing though. It's like if you are sneaky in and you have your backpack and then you leave really fast, they're gonna be like,
Yeah.
something's up with that. But if you
No,
hang
go
out
buy a few things.
and then you buy something, they're
Right.
like, yeah.
know the security guards so well that you're on a hello basis when you see each other.
Oh my God.
Look, I'm not speaking of my life.
You are a thief, aren't you?
No,
Aren't you?
no, no. I used to be. Yeah.
You know what's funny is like, the stories about guards following you around in stores that you hear. That happened to me, but in a foreign country where I was the minority.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, this is what it feels like. This is
Nice.
completely
What country?
not trusted at all. Vietnam.
Oh,
like this
okay.
bit.
But I think it was actually, when we touched down in China, it happened there too. Like it was just like white person.
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
these people.
That's actually accurate. You're not
That's
wrong.
funny.
Yeah.
Vietnamese people are really nice, like in general. I love that they don't trust us still.
Yeah.
They should not.
They shouldn't.
They should
But
not.
I mean,
We're right.
when you think about it, it's like, well, a lot of, especially Chinese, like, those Chinese websites where it's like, here's all this designer shit, but it's knockoff because we stole their design and are making money by selling it. That's like a stealing in its own right.
It actually happened in Costa Rica too, but I think that was because I didn't see the sign that said, give us your bag. You can't have your bag in the store. And we were just like walking around with these giant bags.
That's happened to me before. I went into it was like a closed store in Chicago, and I was just walking around just shopping, and then like 4 fucking people were like just like sniffing me out, and I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
And then finally, I don't know why it took them so long. Finally, one of them just came up to me like, we need to like hold on to your bag, and I was like. Take everything. Like, please move away from me.
Right.
But yeah, no. That's happened to me before, where they were all over me like that. But yeah.
Yeah. All right. So put stuff in the bag, but buy one item.
Or buy something.
Excuse
Just
me while I write this
be a
down.
patron. They don't expect it then, because
Yeah. Gullible.
Look, none of this is true. I don't know any of this.
You're full of it. So have you guys ever like walked through, and even when you're doing that, like walk through, because to me, I've set off the security thing so many times when I didn't, because I don't steal from stores, so because it's like freaks me out. But I've definitely been flagged, and then they look through my bag, and it's like, I don't know if there's like a metal part in my head that sets those things off or what.
Yeah,
but
a little bit of shrapnel.
Yeah. Shrapnel. Yeah. Have you ever had that happen when you did steal something, and then you still were like, no, I bought all this, and then they just didn't happen to check your bag?
No.
Ooh.
No,
Well, that's
never
lucky.
happened.
You know what always happens when the thing goes off for me? They're always like, just go ahead.
Yeah.
That's happened to me before, where I've like pocketed something, and then I bought stuff, and then I walk through and it goes beep beep beep, and I just kind of stop and I kind of go and then I just kind of go and then I wait a moment, and then I fuck this,
Yeah.
then I go,
Versus,
and then I enjoy
just
a quesadilla.
guiltily darting away. That's like not the move. Yeah.
When I was younger, I used to when I was like in like 20, like my early 20s, a few times I stole booze from like CVS's or whatever, and that's dumb.
What can you steal? Like booze wise?
You just anything as long as you rip off the security sticker.
Oh, because when it was the stickers, now I feel like they have like that cap on top of it.
They do.
They do.
It's your
not on top
fault.
of everything, but on it's me.
Yeah, people like you created those things.
So you just
But
get one of
that's
those
bad to
unlockers, and you have a field
Yeah,
day.
you could probably Amazon that for like $4.
Oh my God. Yeah, because they have things now that like you buy on Amazon, and like you slide it against somebody's car and it will unlock their door for you.
What?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. You
For
can just,
Nicholas?
Not for car owners.
No. Well, because my car got broken into it, but they didn't break a window, and I'm like, I know this shit was locked, so somehow they got it open.
there are those electric things they can go around and they can find if you have your fob anywhere nearby, they can do anything they want to your car.
Yeah. They can dress it up.
No,
real
you
pretty
can.
And make
I can lock my car from
smack it on the ass.
I can lock my car from upstairs, like in my apartment, because it's right below. So I bet you they could totally.
They can absolutely,
Oh
that happened to my my boss's son's truck. Got broken into. Speaking of cars,
chased down the beach by hippies.
Yep, that's
I'm
right.
not surprised at all. I'm only upset I didn't know about this story till now.
I mean, I just feel like,
Of course.
like we could do a cartoon. Like a weekly episode.
Yeah.
Every adventure
15-year-old
from Jess's
Jess.
life. Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Just a maniac.
Teenage Jess.
Just terrible mistakes.
I'll bring in a list of actresses to do your voice. I'm joking.
I just really hope that my mom doesn't listen to any of these.
Yeah, that's the dream of every podcast I record is that my mother never listens. Katie,
Yes.
when have you gotten into some hot water?
Figuratively, I am more of a failed thief, really, when it comes down to it.
Good.
But this is kind of like multiple layers of stealing, of thievery. Yes. So I went home to my hometown of Topeka, Kansas. I was gonna not even say that I'm from Kansas for a second there, and then I was like, no, go all in.
Go in.
780 Jewel Avenue.
How is Topeka? How would you rate Topeka?
I don't know
very
any
little.
more
Sure.
about it. It was a fine place to grow up.
Okay.
All right. You know.
Hey, Topeka.
Yeah.
You're fine.
You're fine.
Yeah.
You know what? You're all right.
Did you ever see tornadoes? I feel like Kansas, just
Yeah.
because of the Wizard of
Oh,
Oz.
yeah.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
Yes.
Terrifying.
It was, stereotypically, yes.
And that's how you got to LA.
Did you ever
in
see
Los Angeles.
Bill Paxton?
No.
No.
People always ask you about the movie Twister.
Yeah. Well, I think that
Were
they
you
did.
in that movie?
Are you the cow? No,
I am.
didn't mean that. Yeah.
Thank you. I am.
Yeah.
No, I was in
work.
several tornadoes.
Did you have to like run down to the cellar?
Yeah, we spent hours in the basement of one of my grade schools.
That's so scary.
We were all lined up against the wall,
Wow.
playing games and like bored out of our minds.
Yeah,
my
seriously, it's
God.
boring. Being in a natural disaster is mostly boring.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna have you back on our next episode, which will be "Don't be from Kansas."
Aw.
No, I'm kidding. Kansas,
As long
you're
as
fine.
you get out, you're okay.
Yeah. How about just don't live in Kansas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
No,
coming
that's-
for you, Kansas.
that's fair.
I turned on you.
Nick's
Yeah,
turning
that is-
everybody against us.
So I went home to Topeka, Kansas, and my brother asked me if I would help him run an errand, and I was like,
Suspect already.
yeah, it was already. It was like, why do you need my help?
Yeah, exactly.
And what are we doing? And, we had dinner reservations, so my mom was like, don't be too late because I was home
Yeah,
visiting
that's
family,
nice,
so we were
yeah.
gonna see some more family at
That's
dinner.
sweet.
Right. So
Where do you remember where?
at
dinner?
the reservations,
Yeah.
It was probably like the Outback or something like that.
Hell yeah!
Outback.
Oh, fucking
Maybe even
bloomin'
Applebee's.
onion.
Yeah.
I was
cheese
hoping
fries.
you would say Applebee's, but when you
I was
said
gonna
Outback,
say it could have been Applebee's. It was a toss-up. They're right
but
next
now
door to each
I
other.
want a bloomin' onion.
Yeah.
Real bad.
Yeah. So basically, we had 30 minutes to run this errand, right? And so I get in my brother's car, and on the way there, he tells me that we're going to go steal a car.
That's some errand, dude.
Yeah, right.
Damn.
And basically, he just needs me to drive his car back. Like, that's why he needed me. And
God damn.
so I was like,
I don't know.
I don't really know about this. And he's like, no, we're not really stealing a car. See, what happened was my friend, see, this is why it's multiple layers of stealing. His friend was in jail for stealing. Like, his friend got caught stealing something from his work or something like that. I can't remember what, but he was in jail. Okay. And so his truck was
okay.
going to be sold off by these
Yeah.
other people because he owed them money for something.
This is some Robin Hood shit, actually.
Yeah. So this is the story I was told to make myself, I think, feel better.
Yeah.
We're just stealing it back.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, no. We're
Absolutely.
just stealing it back.
Yeah.
My friend.
We're saving it. He's like, I'm
exactly.
saving it. My friend, like, it's gonna be stolen from him.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
So we get there, and it is. There's not a lot of parts to Topeka, Kansas, but it is one of the sketchier parts.
if we had to classify it.
Yeah. And there's a truck, and we both get in it, and it is not starting at all. Like, it's not working at all. And I might have mentioned earlier that my brother's an electrician, so he's like, it's fine. I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna fix it. Not a mechanic. I'm an electrician.
But also, like, not really
not
cool
the
if
same?
you have to work on a car while you're
Right.
stealing it. It's got to
He's
be
like,
in and out.
No, that is the worst time, literally, to work on a car.
I know. And also, he was like, they can't
Oh
see
my
us. They can't
God.
see us. It's like, it's parked right in front of their house. They're trying to sell this car, and they can't see us. And I was like,
Whose house is it parked in front of exactly?
these people, like the people that are gonna steal. I don't know them.
The people who are like buying the car?
No. The people that were trying to sell it out from under the guy in jail.
Yeah. Because they were like, he owes us money. We're just going to sell
We're
his
gonna
car.
sell his truck. Yeah.
But then
God,
they
that's so
stole
much
his
scary.
car, obviously, to get it to where they are.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Holy shit, this
Right.
just got like 18 times more terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like nervous about them being seen. And he points out the house. So I'm just like looking over around him because it's past him. So I'm trying to see around him if if like people are coming out of the house, and I'm like seeing the curtains move and shit. And I'm like, oh god. We have 15 minutes till Applebee's.
And you're still worried about the timing to
I
get to
know.
Applebee's.
Oh
I
my
know,
god, this
and I'm
is
like-
the plot of an episode of Breaking Bad.
Is it though?
Absolutely. Yes.
So, like, I don't know. Like, he is convinced that he can still do this and start the car. And, I am texting my mother from his phone because my phone died, by the way. I just remember feeling so stranded.
Oh,
Like,
God.
don't steal, guys.
Yeah.
And so they start coming out. And
they can't see us. Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. So they start coming out, and I'm like, oh shit. And they walk up. They clearly know my brother, and they start talking to him instantly, like, hey, what are you doing, man? Like all this, and he's like, just like really chill, and he doesn't really talk to them at first. And I saw one of them go around, and I couldn't see where he's going, and then right. I'm watching my brother talk to this first guy, and then the guy just slams on the window and goes, "Hey!" right next to me, and I'm like, "Oh shit!"
Oh my god!
And he starts laughing and goes, "Oh, you're not Jenny." My brother was dating some girl named Jenny.
Oh my god!
Right.
And I was like, "Holy shit!" So I was like scared. I was like ready to fight. I was like, "I'm gonna." And the window was open too, and I was like so close to hitting the dude,
just
and
like
he's
punch
like,
on a reflex.
Right? I know. I was like, "Oh!" I was like, because he felt really bad, and I could see it in his eyes that he felt really bad.
That's nice.
And so then I was like, "Oh, okay,
I'm terrified
this is actually."
right now.
I know. Like I was like still like really nervous, but I was starting to get that like my brother might have exaggerated the danger level because
oh my god,
this like kids start coming out. They're playing on the front yard now. Okay, this woman brings this baby over to the guy talking to my brother.
There's a bouncy castle all of a sudden.
Right now the only thing blocking the truck is a man holding a baby. You know, like so. Then it's like okay. I'm gonna leave John. That John is my brother's name.
Yeah,
because
that's my brother's name.
We have dinner plans, and this is going nowhere. Gone in 60 seconds is turning into gone in 45 minutes.
Yeah.
If that. And he was like really upset with me. He's like, you know, you're supposed to finish a crime. Yeah. When you agree to do a crime, you gotta finish the crime.
Did he tell them, I'm just fixing it so you can get more money when you sell it? Like, how did they not come out with guns and you didn't have to run away?
I know. Well, I just think that they knew it wouldn't start. I'm pretty sure they took something out of the engine.
Yeah.
So they just came out to...
So they were like, this is
starter.
hilarious.
Right. They could have... Yeah. I mean, it was turning over. Like, the starter is the turnover, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think they took something else out of it. I don't know. But they were really not worried.
Oh my God,
Like the looks on their faces, they were like, yeah, you're not going anywhere.
Did you want to come in and have some casserole? Or are you hungry? You thirsty?
They're like, that's cute that you think you're going to steal this car.
I was terrified.
Right. Yeah,
halfway through your story. That's scary.
I know. Well, yeah.
How old were you?
I'm glad I got the vibe in because I was I was too old to be stealing cars.
Any age is too old.
I don't
to be
think.
stealing cars.
So my brother just
unless you're an adorable baby.
Yeah,
don't steal cars.
My brother just starts taking everything out of the truck and putting it in his car, and they're like, "That you can't. What are you doing?" And he's like, "I'm taking all this stuff. I can't take the truck. I'm taking all this stuff."
Oh, wow.
And,
brother sounds like he's tweaking.
It's got some balls
I mean,
on
that's
him.
just my voice. But he was definitely like, yeah, he was not afraid of them. And then, so I was texting my mother, please come pick me up from this car heist. And so my mom like pulls around the corner in my Prius C, and she's like, "Oh, I'm here to pick up my daughter from the crime gone bad."
I like that you told your mom too. My idiot brother
right.
failed at taking this car, so now he's just stealing contents out of it, just out of spite.
It's like tools and stuff. Like I think he was trying to do right by his friend or whatever, but I don't know.
His friend probably did something shitty to those people.
Well, yeah.
Well, he owed them money. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he definitely owed them money. Like that was not ever in question.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that is my very short career of being a car thief.
Yeah, wow.
I failed.
It's like
made dinner plans.
Did he get in trouble by your mom for doing that, or was this just like kind of standard? And
like what was
Topeka,
like
Kansas, to just like go around stealing each other's stuff openly while the baby hangs out nearby?
Yeah, right. I mean, if your crime can be thwarted by a baby, like maybe it wasn't thought out that well.
Yeah,
well planned.
But,
so like, did he just like your brother like just took the shit from the truck and then just left? And then he drove his car home?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what happened, but
no
I did
one fought
leave.
Anybody?
I did leave. So I left my brother surrounded by the enemy.
That's no good.
Well, at that point, it seems like he's fine. He deserves it.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, he did it. It's like he blew it out of proportion and then also didn't explain enough. You know? Like it was.
Yeah. Like what he explained was incorrect, kind of. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
All the criminals in Kansas seem pretty calm. I feel like if this happened in Florida, there would be
people would have gotten their faces bitten off by crocodiles.
All sorts of shit going on.
That is.
You know, and they might have just known that they were going to come back later and steal it back. You know, like everybody just. Yeah, I had my stereo stolen out of my car like 5 times.
Oh my God!
Like to the point where I was like, I didn't even get a stereo again.
Well, that's like back in the day when you'd put in a new one outside because like you just slide them in,
right? And you take the faceplate off so if they don't want to steal it, they'd steal it anyway. I had a Jeep, an '87 Jeep, and it had the original stereo, which was a tape deck, right? And it was not like a one thing like that slides out. It was multiple pieces over the whole dashboard of the Jeep, and somebody tried to steal it. And so it was just in pieces around the car. And I was like, I hope you had fun doing that. Like what were you gonna do? Play tapes?
And they just like they didn't break your window or anything. It
was a Jeep, so it was just like
it was like that kind of Jeep. For some reason, I always think like
they just zipped down Cherokee. The windows. Oh, there you go.
See, she came dressed like her story. She's like, I'm going to talk about almost stealing a car.
Visual
I have
aids.
a car on my shirt.
Yes. So many visual aids.
Yes.
But point is, like, everybody just steals from each other in Topeka. I think it's just like,
so they're like, we know where you live, John. We're just going to come get it later. In the event, you get it to start, but you won't because you're missing a crucial piece.
Right.
What's the population of Topeka? Do you know?
Oh, it's probably like 10
question,
now.
But
pretty sure everybody moved out.
When I was up to 15, maybe.
Next year. When I was growing up, it was like 150,000.
Oh, okay. But
it's, I think, much less.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Well, I mean, I'm also proud of how nice your mom is to not only
you've got a nice
you up, but then you still get to go to Applebee's.
I know. Well,
Did you go to Applebee's?
Yeah, we got there. God. We got to the dinner plans on time, which was like the rest of my extended family, by the way, because otherwise I would have been like, just change the plans.
Yeah, no. It was a big thing. You're home.
Yeah, and then you had a great topic of conversation at dinner. I'm sure.
I know.
Yeah,
I
guess where John is.
Stealing a car.
John's a little busy.
He was literally. I remember he was like, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie the truck to my car, and you're going to steer it while I tow it.
Nope.
And I was like,
oh my God.
Just with like a rope? We don't have any kind of thing. He's just going to pull it with a rope. And I was like,
it's a truck filled with heavy tools.
I know.
So that's
I know.
What kind of car did he have?
He had a truck too.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
still not the way. You need more than rope.
I know.
Yeah, right.
Well, he was just trying to get it away from there, and he was like trying to come up with a plan real quick right before dinner, and because I kept telling him there was a time limit, so he's trying to come up with these ideas.
Oh
and
my God,
like,
who thinks they're going to steal a car in 30 minutes? And also, just all the lies.
Nicolas Cage
nobody can see us. Everybody could see you.
Right.
I know.
And there were 17 people living there, apparently.
Yes. Yeah. Very much
just
so.
Like kids
all in wife
around.
beaters. Everyone, even the kids had wife beaters on.
These always wear wife beaters. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
That is insane. That's terrifying, to be honest. I would have been really scared.
I mean, I was a little bit scared until the guy, like, when he slammed his hands on the
terrifying
thing on the window. I was scared, and then his face of being like he felt bad that he scared me, and I was like, oh, we're fine.
Yeah.
Not like good bitch, get off my property. Yeah.
That's when you realized he might have been overstating things.
Yes. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah,
that's great.
But yeah, I got in the car, and my mom was like, John, how long are you gonna be, John?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Doing the little
that's so nice. Why was like my mom would be like, get your fucking ass in this car right now.
I know.
Oh yeah.
You're not getting any potato skins.
Debbie just would have been silent, just like and I'd be in the car terrified.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you got out of that okay.
Yeah, I'm glad you don't steal
even just little freak like reaction things like what if when he jumped up you did punch him in the face and broke his nose? Things that shouldn't have happened.
Right.
Because just startled and unprepared, you know?
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Ooh.
I did come close to hitting him.
Which, I mean, scary.
Yeah.
Defense. Makes sense.
Yeah. So, Nick, you're going to tell us about how you know all this tricks to stealing, and then you're going to pop off your top shirt and show us your wife beater. That's what's...
How did you know?
I know.
All right. As I've discussed a little bit, I do have a somewhat of a history with stealing. I've done it before. I'm not proud of it. I'm going to talk about one
Debbie
time.
Doesn't hear this episode.
Oh no, Debbie doesn't listen, but she might. Oh God, she might. Our Did I mention this on the podcast before? Our family friends listened to an episode, like our next door neighbors from when we were like little kids, who I'm Facebook friends with because I don't know, they friended me, so I was just like, okay. They're very nice people. Oh God, they might listen. They're very, very nice people. But they listened to the wedding episode and then talked about it when they went out to dinner with my parents. which is somehow worse than just my parents listening to it. It's like they're hearing about it from secondary sources.
Yeah, that's the wedding episode where
my mom was.
Yeah, Nick was drinking way too much, glommed onto his girlfriend.
I was glomming also. It's not like it was all her fault.
At the weddings.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Drinking extra whiskey.
Oh, God, yeah.
Amaretto sours abound.
Remember all of it. Okay, all right. So I remember when I was like a freshman in college, we were in the dining center. There were 2 cashier stations. So what I would do is I would buy food from one station, from one cashier, from one register, and then I would walk back through the dining center through the other one, and I would just like pocket other food or just put other food on my tray, because like you walk through, but it's like I had like the receipt, like I was like, oh, I paid over there. They're like, okay,
but you
great,
take extra food.
But I would take extra food. That's when I realized stealing is easy.
Well, it's easy in the cafeteria.
Exactly.
People are like, this is not their livelihood.
Small potatoes.
Yeah.
Is that what you stole? Small potatoes.
Biggest potatoes I could get.
Yeah.
All right. So that I didn't feel bad about, because fuck it. It's like I'm paying how much to go to this school, you know?
Yeah. No, I stole fries every day at lunch.
They're stealing from us first.
One, but
exactly. If you're not stealing from your boss, you're stealing from your family. I'm just going to keep saying it to try to make myself feel better. Okay. So that one didn't feel bad about. Whatever. I kind of feel bad about this one. It's not like a good human practice. Okay, so you ever, anybody here ever been to Chicago?
No.
Yeah.
Ever been to the suburbs of Chicago?
You
ever been to Woodfield Mall?
No.
It's a big old mall. It's like at one point in the 90s, it was the second biggest mall in America, behind the one in Minnesota with the roller coaster in it.
Wow.
I know. God bless the Midwest.
I don't know.
Mall culture.
There's a mall with a roller coaster in it. Does it have? Does it go upside down?
No.
Oh, okay.
I was like, so. That'd be dope as shit.
Yeah.
It goes up and down, but like through the Macy's. You know? Okay, so I worked at this mall at a very, very reputable, very high class restaurant called the Great Steak and Potato Company.
You and your potatoes, dude.
Yeah, I'm all about potatoes today. So it was like a steak sandwich place, and I worked there, and it was in the mall. I was like a 20. No, I was 19. Fucking 19.
Makes sense.
19-year-old Nick strikes again.
Yep.
It was my dumbest, shittiest year. And so, God, I like had like long hair, and like I used to wear like a bandana. Like,
it was the bandana, dude. It was squeezing your brain. You made
squeezing my brain. I was like listening to Black Sabbath real loud. I was a little
with
fucking
his leather vest
butthead. I was a little butthole. But okay, I want to say. I never got caught for this. Like, I don't have like a big like incriminating.
You clearly look so guilty. I just want you to tell us right now.
But I feel really shitty about it, so you shouldn't do it. Do not do this.
Okay.
Okay, because I've felt bad about it for 10 years now. For over 10 years, I feel bad about it. I discovered, so I was the cashier at the Great Steak and Potato Company, and I discovered that when you get a food order, and you put it in the register in the system, it shows up on the the screen for the cooks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like the kitchen. Yeah, so that they know what to cook. It was like an electronic automated system. But if someone just bought a soda, that wouldn't show up because they have nothing to do with sodas, because I would serve the soda.
Right.
So it didn't show up anywhere else. So I didn't have to technically ring it up.
Ooh.
I discovered that.
Didn't feel bad about it. But anyway, go ahead.
I think, but like it, like, and you're like, oh, a soda's what, $1.67? Yeah. That's how much it was, or $2.20 for a large. I mean, it was like I started doing it. Like at first, you're like, oh, I'll do it once. Oh wow, I took $2. That's cool, you know?
Yeah, because you're working off tips here. Yeah.
Is this technically embezzlement?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
That's a white collar crime right there.
Fancy.
I was thinking big. Yeah, I was thinking real big. And my boss like wasn't a bad guy. He was this like very, very, very Chinese man. I believe his name was Mr. Lee. I think his first name was literally just Mr. That's all I called him. He owned
Mr.
that
Lee.
and the place next door. It was called, I want to say Samurai Jack's, but that's racist, and I know it wasn't. But it was like a stir fry place. Okay. He owned both of them, so like, he wasn't around. He worked over there more, and like, it's not that. If you're not stealing from your boss, you're stealing from your family. But I didn't need to steal from my boss either. I was 19 and it was like a summer job and my parents paid for my college.
But how much money did you actually steal? Because like you're way less of a piece of shit than I was when I, won't get into that story. But it's like $2 here or there for a soda, which is something you can't even track inventory
That's how
on.
it started.
It's just syrup and bubbles. Get to it. What else did you do?
That was the gateway.
I want to know.
No, it was
how fancy your clothes were after this because you had so much money from stealing from the Great Steak and Potato Company.
It was like $30-$40 a day sometimes.
Okay.
That's a lot of, it was, because like once you start.
Oh, yeah.
How many hours did you work in a shift?
5 or 6.
Okay, so that was like, what is 30 divided by 5? I don't know math. It's like $5 an hour.
$6
That's not that much an hour.
That's about how much I made an hour.
Well, see, they should have paid you more.
This is a long time ago.
This is where you get the gray area morality. I know that it's wrong, but it's like, and just because it's not as bad as other things doesn't mean it's not bad. But I've known in restaurants in New York where people were making when they probably should have maybe made $200 a night, $100 because like nobody tipped and whatever. But the whole like don't ring it in, throw it in the tip jar thing. People are walking out with $500-$600 a piece, and that's way different.
That's way different. But the reason that I feel like it's bad is because I never got caught. And like my Latino coworkers totally knew what I was doing because like it was obvious that like when I wouldn't hand receipts to people with just drinks but I feel like it like taught me that like I can get away with this forever.
You're gonna get a letter in the mail.
What's that motto again? If you're not stealing from your boss.
If you're not stealing from your boss, you're stealing from your family.
Do you remember when he introduced that at the beginning? Yeah. He's like, I can kind of barely remember this saying. Let me see if I can try to think of it. And it's like actually his life motto.
Yeah. It's actually my life motto, yeah.
He's like, I put up that billboard.
Yep. Anything you can possibly steal from a boss or from a store or from anywhere, I feel like I've probably done it.
But it's like...
Not from my family
the fact
or
that
my
you
friends.
feel guilty about it...
I feel shitty about it.
...is good, but it's like nothing really bad came of it. It would be one thing, too, if like...
Except that I'm a 32-year-old man who still shoplifts cheese from Trader Joe's.
What kind of cheese?
Is expensive.
All the cheese.
See,
any cheese.
Worse.
Sometimes I
Trader
usually...
Joe's has good cheese.
They got great cheese.
I've seen
and I'll
you
still
put
buy
out some fancy cheeses at your house. That was
some of them were stolen.
Cheese.
Oh
some
my gosh.
I ate contraband.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
It started young.
You made her an accessory.
Do you feel bad
You're going down with me. No, I don't feel bad about it at all, to be honest.
Get rid of the evidence.
Yeah, I want to know.
To be honest, I don't even think I feel bad about it. I definitely don't feel bad about stealing from Trader Joe's or Ralph's. I just don't want to get caught.
Yeah. And why do you feel so bad for not getting caught for the other place? I feel like you did more and you're not telling us. Spit it out. Spit it out, Nick.
I stole from the tip jar sometimes.
Ooh!
Oh my gosh.
There we go. See, now that's stealing from your coworkers.
That I feel horrible about.
Yeah.
I feel horrible about it.
Wow.
It's like, didn't you guys like split it anyway?
Yeah, I would take it before.
Oh my God.
He's turning red.
No one ever told me about the rules of the tip jar when I started.
You knew that there
But I knew eventually that... Honestly, I don't think I realized until later.
Nobody told me how a tip jar works.
I was real... It's bad. I was like, well, I'm the one... it's really bad.
No,
it's
but
really
it's like-
bad. And I stole from the tip jar too.
No, but like...
Because it wasn't like a fast food place. It wasn't like a sit-down tip restaurant.
Yeah.
What'd you spend all your earnings on?
Yeah.
No,
what was going on that you were
Weed?
like,
Dirt weed.
So you clearly justified it though in a way where you're like, I'm doing more, I deserve more, but we have to split everything evenly, right?
No, I was just thinking, there's a buck, I'll take it. I really wasn't thinking about that I was taking it from them at the time I was doing it.
Yeah.
I didn't that's horrible. Of course I was.
Yeah.
But I didn't think of it that way. I remember like 5 years later or like a couple of years later, like I thought about it and I was like, holy shit, that was their money. And then like I like double like I think
it
I
was
just
all
like
of your money, but then you pooled the other stuff that you didn't already pinch.
I mean, like
before.
it wasn't like the most that it would be in a day would be like a few bucks tips. Like it was just like a little like it wasn't like a lot. But
There's probably like a single mother working.
I
there.
know. I'm like, it
was all
her baby that night because Nick needed some weed.
It was all like cool ass like Mexican dudes who like probably had 14 other jobs in addition to that one, like working super hard all the time.
Yeah.
I feel horrible about it.
See, that
so
makes a lot
don't
more
steal
sense.
from them, but also don't develop a stealing habit. You know.
Well, that's the thing when you do it easily at first, like to that
it just
point
teaches you that you can do it.
To that point in like the restaurants, like where I had like I was trained to do this. They're like, here, this is what you do if this happens. But there were people like, rather than like how you said, if they pay you for a soda, it doesn't show up. Like if they bought like an $8 beer and then gave you $10 cash, you could just throw it in the tip jar and not ring it in. Right. So then that adds up, especially if everybody's doing that. But some people, and I never did this, but were like doing a lot more complicated stuff. And I was like, I can't deal with that. I don't even know how they did it, but it was something with like keeping a separate tab on and stealing from credit cards as well. Where they were like keeping it separate and moving things over. I'm like, first of all, I don't know how to. I don't want to know. But like the scary part about that is that if at any point the manager was like, give me your register, I'm going to add it up, they would have been outed,
Yeah.
But it's like that sort of shit is how, like I got fired from that job. Not for that, but like just for like
fraud.
Because I gave my friend a drink and I didn't ring it up yet, and so they were like, we're catching everybody that does that because that means you're stealing,
I mean,
which
that fucking sucks, but I guess.
Yeah. No.
I mean, if you go into a place and you see cameras all on the other side of the bar, like at the cash register and shit, like,
Yeah.
They've had some issues.
No,
there's
totally.
been issues
It's
recently.
just really, it's a big thing. Because I remember working at a restaurant in New York that like we didn't even have a cash register because he was not like if anybody he was not about to deal with people stealing. He had cameras everywhere anyway because like we had credit cards, but like if somebody paid us in cash, we would literally have to run next door and get change and then come back, which is not efficient.
No,
in New York City,
horrible.
working at a restaurant.
Terrible.
But it's like he refused to trust us with his cash, even though he was watching us all the time.
But you
like,
have to leave with it.
Yeah.
He doesn't trust you with cash.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
It was
to
either
leave
just
it.
like pissing
But that's
in jars,
their cash,
like,
it's
just
not
watching all day. Sounds like an asshole.
Yeah.
I mean, he was good and bad, but like clearly he'd been through some shit.
I thought you were going to say good in bed.
No. Oh God, Richard. No.
Different episode.
No, he was shitty as
No,
fuck.
I
in
never
bed.
had sex with Dick Wu. Name.
Man, Dick Wu.
See, that's no good, dude. But
No, it's real bad.
I'm glad you got to the point where you actually said the real thing. So I'm like, no fucking way you feel guilty 10 years later about stealing a couple bucks on a soda.
Yeah,
that
right.
doesn't
I
even-
do feel real shitty about I don't feel shitty about I wish that it hadn't I wish I hadn't done it.
Yeah.
I don't feel morally shitty about taking the drink money.
But you're like, this is
But
too,
I feel bad
You're
about
like, it was
taking
too
money
easy,
from my
and
other
I took
coworkers.
that ease of like stealing.
Yeah. But I feel bad about the other one.
I don't think. Yeah. I mean,
Those guys worked harder than I did.
I'm surprised they didn't tell on you. If they
Yeah,
knew what you were doing,
yeah.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
Stealing from their tip.
Yeah.
I'm
Well, we didn't
surprised.
get tipped a lot. Maybe they just didn't. I mean, like, it was really like that one. I got way more money stealing drinks than I did tips. But yeah, no, they were just really nice guys, I guess.
The money's in the drinks.
The money's in the syrup.
Yeah, that's what's crazy too. It's like you were dealing with soda. Imagine if you had liquor to steal, you would be balling. Yeah.
I bartended, and if the bar was not owned by my best friends, I would have stolen from them. I'm 100% certain. Because I'm a bad person.
Well, it sucks.
And
though,
I never did.
when you're working
'cause they're
somewhere
great.
that like you're treated like shit, and then you don't
And
really
they're
make any
listening.
money. And you work really hard, and like then you sort of justify it. It doesn't make it right.
It's real
but
easy
you
to
end up-
justify. No, it's shitty. It's even shittier when you're like, because
Yeah,
it's like,
this
no, just
guy
admit
owes-
you're kind of shitty
This
and you're
guy
doing
owes
it.
me, or this place
No,
owes
that's
me, whatever.
worse. Yeah.
Right.
Ugh. Well, this was a good one to let everyone know just exactly how fucking shitty I am.
Dude, whatever, man.
Yeah.
And it was a long time ago. 19-year-old Nick is the worst,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, I like, I've done lots of dumb stuff like that, and like even just the stealing from the hippies thing. Like I said that, and you're like, that's not a person to steal from. You're right, it's not.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think that they actually follow that hippie lifestyle.
No,
They
they're
chased you
fucking
down the
chasing you
beach
down,
for
man.
$8. I
Like,
think it
that's-
was all a ruse.
Yeah, that's also
They're just
makes me
making
think like,
money.
what else did I do?
Bunch of
like, I
Republicans.
must have done something else to make them that mad.
Well,
Did you
What'd you
say
do?
their faces smelled like farts?
I would
That
not
would
say
make
that.
me chase someone.
I would not say that.
Because it's true and I'm sensitive about
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Well,
Ooh, stealing. It's bad. We shouldn't do it.
Dude.
It's always bad. It's
I mean,
like cocaine. It's fun sometimes, but you shouldn't do it.
I kind of want to tell you before we
Takes
go
that-
my little kid intro
it.
to stealing
Do it.
because
Tell
just because
the-
I'm never gonna have another opportunity to tell this.
That's
and I
not
just
true. We
thought
do
of it
that-
as we're sitting here.
Jess, we do this every week.
So
You've
right.
got so many opportunities.
No, but I mean the stealing topic.
I know.
You know?
Yeah, I know.
Unless Nick starts stealing more shit and then has more, fodder. But
I mean,
it's going.
It seems
to
like he's stealing to this very day. Like he's probably has something in his pockets.
There's more to that story. We'll squeeze it out of you someday. But
Nolan, you're not going to miss your wedding band, right?
I'm gonna melt it down. No, so I'm like a little kid in Curacao, and I go to the store with my dad, and he's like, he's like getting something at the register at it's like whatever the little convenience store is, and I'm like, I see this like glittery confetti sitting, all the like quick grab stuff that you buy at the last minute, impulse buy stuff. So I was like, I want this, and he's like, no. And then I was like, I'm taking it, so I took it anyway, and I just like put it, I'm like this high. He's not seeing me. He's talking to like the cashier guy, and I steal it, and then he doesn't know. I get home, I go into my room, and I'm like, yes. And I start like just playing with all this confetti, just like on the bed. I'm all excited that I have it. He walks in and
messy
sees me.
thing to steal.
Yeah, he sees me. He walks in and sees me, and he's like, "What are you doing? You're still," and like turns like red, nostrils flare. I'm like, "Oh no, I'm in trouble." And he's like, "No, you didn't steal this," but flips out on me. So I'm like crying. I'm like, "Oh God," because to me, I'm like thinking like, "What? This isn't a big deal. Just let me have this thing." But like, I've solved the problem. I'm a child. So what the hell do I know?
How old are you?
Probably 6 or 7. But
okay,
as we know, I can't.
Oh right, yeah. You're
I don't know
6.
ages.
Yeah,
I always think I'm 6. But I was living in Curacao, so I was below 9 years old.
It goes 6
at least
to 13, I think.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I was 6. I was 15.
Yeah. I don't know.
Those are the only ages.
I was small enough to be this dumb. And but he made me pack it back into the little piece of plastic, which is very hard. And he made me take it back to the store and apologize. So I'm like crying and be like, I'm sorry.
That's so funny.
Wow.
So I was.
What did the guy do? Do you remember?
No, I don't remember. I just remember crying and my dad being like, sorry, my kid's a little shit, I learned then, I'm like, don't steal. And then, obviously the hippies. So I did it
fucking
again.
Hippies. They riled it back up in you.
Lesson.
Yeah.
My dad, like my only, my warning against stealing growing up was my dad has an older sister, my Aunt Susan, who's hilarious. She's such a Kaminsky. She's like such a ball
such
breaker.
a Kaminsky.
She convinced my dad when he was like 6 years old to steal a pack of gum from like the convenience store. He was like, steal it. No one's going to know. Just steal it, Nick. Just steal it. It's fine. No one will know. Mm-hmm. My dad's like, okay. He does it. He steals it. They walk out. My aunt runs home, rats on him to my grandparents.
Oh
Jerry stole gum. My dad had to go back and say, I'm sorry I stole this gum.
Oh my God.
That's
Susan,
so funny.
you're brutal. You're a brutal woman.
But
I love
think that's
you.
important though. Like, there's a reason why I didn't become one of the layered kleptos at the mall because of that like experience.
Right. You're not a Winona
Ryder. I actually just
or
remembered
Lindsay Lohan.
when I was a kid. It wasn't in a store, but I was at my aunt's house and she wasn't there, and my cousin was babysitting me. She had this giant jar of quarters, and I had my own quarters, and I was counting my quarters, and then I see this giant jar of quarters, and I was like,
you just bring your quarters over everywhere?
Yeah, because you're a kid. It's all the money you have in the world.
Yeah, it's like in a bag with a $sign on it.
I still count my quarters. Yeah.
I was like, well, nobody's gonna notice if I take some of those quarters and add them to my quarters.
Oh no! How many did you take?
Well, see, the thing is, I started light.
That's how it always is. You just take one little chicken salad
I was
container.
like, you can't even tell the difference. You can't tell the difference in this jar. And then I just kept adding to my pile, taking from this jar until finally my cousin was like, are all those the quarters you came with? And I was like, yeah, no. And he was so sweet about it. He was like, Katie, are you sure that you didn't maybe take some? And I looked up at the jar and it was like halfway full now. It was for sure full. And now it was like halfway full. And I was like, okay. So I guess, and then I had to apologize to him and I felt really, really stupid and bad. Yeah. But I don't know if the lesson I didn't learn there was like, be subtle.
Yeah.
Rather than
you're like, wait till next time you come back, steal a little more.
Right.
We'll have another episode called Don't Be Obvious.
Right.
I love so many things about that story. Mostly that you bring these quarters everywhere and that your cousin knew from the look. Right. Just that's not the amount of quarters you came in with, Katie.
I was like, no, quiet money.
They're having babies. I know. It was
the
not
loudest money.
What is all that clinking?
Quarters are the loudest money. You heard it here first on the hard way.
Yeah. It was not the smartest crime to commit.
That is super funny.
That's my history. I'm very bad at being.
Yeah. It's not your forte. It's not your strong point. You've got a lot of super good qualities. Thievery, not one of them.
No, good. Yeah.
We learned a lot here today.
We learned a lot today. Mostly don't steal.
Don't steal. Don't, because you're going to feel bad about it.
You're either going to get caught and you're going to have legal ramifications. A good friend of mine, we used to kind of talk about her stealing habits. She stole crackers and goat cheese from a Jewel. in Chicago got caught. Like went to a police station.
Oh my
That's
God!
some
For
lame
cheese and
shit right
crackers.
there. She's like, it's for my child.
Well, thank you so much for coming.
She has a
and
kid
telling
now.
us
Maybe
these
that's
stories.
what she was. Yeah, thank you so much for
Thanks for
coming.
having me. This is fun.
And is there anything you want to promote?
Yeah,
Or this will come out this Tuesday, but it'll come out the following Tuesday.
So I'm like 2 weeks and a half.
Yeah.
I think the following Tuesday is going to be the day before a show we're doing downtown, so you probably can't go to it anyway because it's a list situation. So never mind about
Oh, is
that.
that the
You're
secret
not
one?
fucking
Yeah.
cool enough.
You're not important.
But you can.
Am I on the
We're
list?
so mean to our listeners.
I'll
love
steal
you, I'm
anything
sorry.
you need
Yeah.
to get on this list. Okay, you want some goat cheese?
Yeah.
I know how to do it.
I've already said that I will let people steal from me. Cateability on all the social media. 2 Drink Minimum is a show that I do monthly or mostly
Such a
monthly.
fun
Yep,
show.
great show.
Jess
Yeah.
was just
Jess
on.
just did it.
Yes. It was great.
Do you remember the name of your drink? I don't remember it.
It was called Fill the Hole.
Fill the
because
Hole.
I talk about filling the hole with bad things because you got to fill it.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's a good time. Look it up.
That's
Cigarettes,
why it was called
McDonald's.
that. Uh-huh.
Other
That's
bad
what you're
things that I won't
filling
say.
these holes
Yeah.
with.
Pipes.
Pipes. Oh God. Didn't put it there, I promise. Okay. I always take it to a dark place. I almost made it the whole time.
Hey, do you know what you did not? Oh, no, I just fucked it up by saying it. You know what you didn't say this whole time?
What?
No one cruised for a bruise.
Oh, no one cruising for a bruise. And I also didn't say, check this out. Check this shit out. Which I'm like, I
that's
keep
great.
saying these
I never
things,
noticed
and I'm
that
like,
one.
why do you say that if you say that again? Yeah. Well, yeah. Good times.
Yeah,
Good times,
great.
guys.
Thank you so
Thanks
much for
again,
coming.
everybody.
Thank you, guys.
We will see you next week.
See ya.
Bye.